So, today we are gonna talk about some people's claims about Sadie Adler and Aloy being a so called feminist. Now, before moving forward, I would like to tell you that what feminism in general means. It means the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of sexes. In simple words, it means women's movement, which means demanding equal rights for women. Remember, I said feminism means demanding equal rights for women. Now, tell me if there is anything inappropriate in this statement. Demanding equal rights for women. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this, or there is nothing wrong with feminism, because it means demanding equal rights for women, which is a completely rational definition. So, I find nothing wrong if someone is being a feminist or supports feminism, because there is nothing wrong with that. Now, there's a term which is called pseudo feminism, which in simple words means women's supremacy. It's not about equality because we are making a particular gender superior, which completely denies equality. So, what these people mean when they say that Sadie Adler and Aloy are a symbol of feminism? They actually mean that Sadie and Aloy are pseudo feminists or toxic feminists, which they are not. And this is what I'm gonna explain now. When it comes to Sadie, many people complain that she has been added forcefully in the story and she's shown very overpowered. First of all, let's see what this forcefully adding a character into a story means. It basically means adding a character who came out of nowhere and who doesn't has got any backstory in middle of a story or in a franchise. A perfect example of this will be Abby from Last of Us 2, because she was inserted in the franchise without any backstory or introduction. But in Sadie's case, we have got her introduction as well as backstory. That how she became a widow and what made her a gunslinger. We also got some references about her life, that how her and Jake used to have their own ranch and how she knew how to use guns. We also see that how strong the bond between her and Jake was. And in fact, Sadie was introduced in the very beginning of RDR2. So it's valid to say that she wasn't added forcefully into the story. Now, let's talk about being overpowered. We can say that a character is overpowered when he or she has got a really strong plot armor, and also when he or she stays alive easily while most of the characters are already dead. This only applies for side characters and not for protagonists. It also means a character winning against someone who is actually stronger and powerful than him or her. A perfect example of this would be Nadine Ross from Uncharted 4. Does Sadie matches the criteria of an overpowered character? Well, the answer is no, because it's pretty obvious. There were many moments in the game where she barely survived, like in this mission when Arthur was trying to save her from the O'Driscolls, and in the final mission where she got stabbed in the stomach. Not only this, she was barely able to keep up against Micah. So, why Sadie is termed as overpowered by some so-called equality supporters? That's because of a particular cutscene where she meets John in the epilogue for the first time. We see something like this.
I thought I told you to leave it, Bubba.
I thought to myself who this little girl thinks she's telling anything to.
Enjoy your drink in peace. I ain't got no business with you right now.
What that mean?
For the last time, leave me alone.
Or what?
Now, we can clearly see that those two guys were provoking Sadie and were trying to harass her and weren't stopping despite being warned several times. And from what we know about Sadie, it wasn't surprising to see her defending herself. like this because we know that she is really aggressive and impatient, so her reacting like this was pretty obvious. And it's not like she just pounced on those men and killed them by using her fists. She used her knife as a weapon and targeted vital points, which in general is not something a overpowered character would do. An overpowered character would have just fought them with bare hands without having any experience in melee fighting. So this clearly concludes that Sadie is not at all overpowered. And about being a so-called pseudo-feminist, Sadie isn't a one because I never saw her hating on men or demanding revenge for women. In fact, I must say she has a very genuine nature and has also got a big heart. Let's move on to Aloy. When these guys accuse Aloy for being some sort of symbol for so-called feminism, they accuse the entire Horizon as well by saying that Horizon has shown men really weak and dumb. What the hell is this? I mean, we have got Helis, who is a freaking tank, Award, who is the ruler of a really big city, Kotalo, who only had one arm and still fought without dying, Varl, the only one who accompanied Aloy while her and Beta were trying to capture Hephaestus, Silence, the man who brought down the Far Zenith's shields and also fooled Aloy multiple times, Eric and Gerard, they are literally mortal. Then we have freaking Ted Pharaoh who wiped the entire humanity. Now, do you need anything stronger than this? All these are men. At this point, this is just straight away bigotry because these guys can't stand female leads, it seems. Fortunately, Plague Tale and Mirror's Edge aren't that popular, otherwise they would have targeted them too. For Plague Tale, they will say that women are shown as self-independent and brave, while men are always dependent on them. Aloy is also hated for being ugly. This drama started when Horizon Forbidden West was in pre-launch condition. Many people were trolling her due to her fat face. Now, I don't understand that why we should hate a character and troll her just because having a fat face or being ugly. Like, personality and attitude exists for a reason. You can't just hate a character for bad looks, and if you do, then you are really dumb and stupid. By the way, I don't think that Aloy has got bad looks. I mean, okay, so simping aside, let's come on to the conclusion now. Let me tell you one thing that currently there is not a single game which has a pseudo-feminist character or protagonist. Yeah, it's the truth. None of the characters in gaming matches the criteria of a pseudo-feminist, whether it is Abby, or whether it is Faith, or whether it is Sadie, Aloy, Jessie, etc. Because none of these characters hates men or demands revenge for women. So please don't consume what these bigots feed you. They only know how to take offense for no apparent reason and to use heavy words such as woke, agenda. I doubt that they know the meaning of these words or how and where to use these words because from my research for this video, there is one thing which I noticed that mostly all of these people were targeting these two characters for the same thing. Their opinions matched with each other, which shows that all of them has got the same thought process. And personally I think that Sadie is a good character because she was the only one who was loyal to Arthur besides John, and it was because of her that we got to kill Micah, as she was the one who located him. And about Aloy, she is truly the best female lead in my opinion. Her character is very interesting to explore, and she really likes to protect people without caring about her own life. She puts humanity first, then herself. And sassiness is another reason.
I need to catch my breath. Yeah, you could stop talking for a start.
Alright, so this is it for this video. Let me know if you want to see more of my commentary, and be sure to stay away from bigotry. Take care and bye bye.